Hey guys, so I'm going to try this round 2. I don't know what happened before I got kicked off, but I want to start all over again. So I'm Carolina Romaniuk, your child and family sleep specialist. Hi Masha, thanks for joining. And I help parents to get a good night's sleep and to understand their children's sleep needs better. Hi Anna. So wow, we're getting a lot of people on right off the bat, so that's cool. So I guess you guys were waiting. I'm sorry that it took so long. I couldn't get my phone loaded. I don't know what was going on, and then I got kicked off, so I had to resign all over again. So today's going to be an interesting chat. Hi Jane. Now I wanted to talk. Hi Angelica. So I'm getting my regulars. Yay. So I wanted to talk today about an anonymous question that I got, and I wanted to bring it up because I've seen it often and it's quite repetitive. It might be like maybe in a different context, but more or less the question is relatively the same. So that is regarding keeping up your little one so that your significant other, if it's mom or if it's dad, can actually have some time to spend with them. I know I kind of mentioned this yesterday in last night's video, but I wanted to remind you again and to talk about it a little deeper in tonight. So one of the parts in that is talking about why you shouldn't postpone your child's sleep, and the other part was, is it okay to adjust their schedule so they can stay up late at night because it's more convenient for the parent? So what do you guys think that I might say? Hi Leona, thanks for joining. So we're getting a lot of people on. Oh my gosh, a lot right now. So I'm excited. If you feel that this question kind of hits home, or if you know someone that is going through the same situation and you want to help them out, make sure that you share this video. Yesterday we had so many shares, so many people on. It got me so excited, and thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It really does mean a lot to me that you guys are sharing this video, that you're enjoying this, and I want to get as many parents as possible. So there's only so much I can do. Thanks for liking. Hi Doris. So there's only so much I can do myself, but I can ask you to help me, and all you have to do, hi Alina, is just to share right below, so then you can have your friends also know about the topics that we talk about, and we can all be together like one big happy family. So thank you so much for liking, thank you for sharing every night, and as usual, please continue to share. This really does mean a lot to me that we can spread the word and get as many families sleeping healthy and beautifully as possible. So on another tangent, let's continue on with tonight's chat. So the first part is, hi Elena. So the first part is talking about if you should be keeping your kids up past their bedtime so they could stay up late and you know, spend time with your significant other, if it's mom or if it's dad. So if you are going through this, and you know, in today's age, it is normal for one parent or both parents to come home really late, especially daycares are open later, daycares are opening up their doors earlier, and then we find ourselves having our kids in daycare or with the nanny for majority of the time, and then by the time we come home, we kind of rush and we feel that we have to speed things up to get them to sleep because we're on the clock, and you know, our day is hectic, so you don't really know where to go from there, right? So it's usually how it is nowadays, unfortunately, because we want to provide the best for our families, and it just seems like there's not enough time within the day to actually do that. So, you know, our little ones can be taken care of by someone else from 8 in the morning up until like 6 at night, and then by the time you come home, you have dinner to make, and then you want to spend some time with your little one, and then you start noticing, oh my god, bedtime is approaching and I only got home like an hour ago and my little one has to go to sleep like in 5 minutes, right? So you want to then, or you figure out, let me shift their schedule so they can sleep better and they can sleep later, so then I can spend some time with them because it's convenient for me. Now, I'm not here to tell you not to do that. I'm here just to advise you on the proper tools and what to do and the actual facts of what happens if you do postpone your child's sleep. So yes, some children, and I'm talking about toddlers specifically within this case, because with infants it works a little differently. Because with infants they go to sleep later, but with toddlers they go to sleep earlier and they wake up a little bit later. With infants they wake up earlier and then they go to sleep a little bit later. So with toddlers it's different. Guys, if you have questions, type them in. I'm going to go through them one by one. I just wanted to go through the process of giving you a couple of solutions right now, and then I'm going to go through the questions. But I would appreciate it if they were related to the topic. If you have another question and it's not related to the topic, feel free to use the calendar that I have listed up on top, and we can schedule a free introductory call between you and me so then we can talk a little bit more one-on-one. But I would really, really appreciate it if the questions could be related to the topic so we all stay in one area. Okay, so the first part is the convenience part. So the convenience part also kind of balances out from guilt as well. So if you want convenience, you have also a guilt trip most of the time. And the guilt trip comes because, you know, we come home late. If you're a stay-at-home mom and you have your significant other that wants to see your children, what I would recommend is to, instead of at nighttime, flip it towards the daytime. And you would be able to see your little one in the morning when they wake up and have a special bonding time during that. Hi Diana, thanks for joining. So having you or your significant other that comes home late, and instead of having bedtime later than usual, you can just switch that bonding time to the morning. Now I know that you're probably sitting there and thinking, well, that's not possible because I barely wake up in the morning. I am exhausted. I go to sleep really late. So what you would do is go to sleep early. If you really want to spend extra time with your child, their sleep is significant. And if you remember from what I said yesterday, that if your child is not getting the proper quantity and quality of sleep, not just the hours that they're getting, but also the quality of sleep, that it's hitting their biological times, meaning that it's hitting those points when their melatonin, their sleep level is at its highest peak. If you start going away from that schedule, what's happening is that their body goes into an overdrive, into an adrenaline rush. And then when you keep them up, after a couple of minutes, they get an energy boost, right? And then it's really hard to put them down to sleep. Most children, when that happens, will have night wakings. If it doesn't happen at first, it will start to pile up and it'll eventually start to occur that they'll have night wakings because they're not getting the proper amount of sleep. Hi Rihanna, thanks for joining. So everyone that's signing on, we're talking about having to see if you can actually postpone your child's sleep and to create a schedule based on your convenience on how you live your life. And if your significant other comes home late, would you actually postpone their usual bedtime just so they could spend some time with them? So the answer to that is no. We don't want to postpone our children's sleep. Like, for an example, we're in New York. I'm in New York right now. Well, that's where I live. And tomorrow we're having a winter snow blizzard, which makes no sense because today was like 62 degrees. So tomorrow all the schools are closed. Now, do you think that because tomorrow school's closed that I would let my little one stay up longer so then we could, do some arts and crafts and kind of hang out? No, I wouldn't do that because I want to keep their schedule synchronized. I want them to make sure that they're getting the proper sleep that they need, and keeping their schedule day by day, even on weekends, is very important, that it sticks to the same routine, that it stays consistent. Children thrive off consistency. If you throw them off of that, all heck will break loose. So you want to stay as consistent as possible. I understand that some points, you want it to be convenient for yourself as adults because we do want more sleep. But then you have to kind of understand, is your sleep also important? Because if you go to sleep really late as well, that defeats the whole purpose in you getting the proper quality and quantity of sleep for you. So you're not really doing good for yourself or for your child if you're keeping them up late past that time. Start to get creative. If you are missing special bonding time with your little one during the week, do it in the morning. Go to bed earlier. If you have work to do, use those glasses that I was mentioning to you. I have them over here again. They are these. Woo-hoo. So they're UVEX. On Amazon. They're like $9 and they block out any type of blue UV light, so it will help you fall asleep if you have trouble falling asleep and you have to be working, or if you're on the computer or on your phone or anything like that. So putting your sleep as priority is very important as well, and not keeping your child up past their natural sleep windows, and knowing that, okay, if you do that, then like I mentioned, they go into an adrenaline rush, and then that can take like a couple of minutes, and then when you have to put them down, they can actually take longer to fall asleep, and then you'll have your night wakings, and then things will just trickle down into a negative effect on there. Hi Jane, thanks for joining. So we don't want to postpone our little one's sleep. Everyone got that? Give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, or anything like that, type them in below. Please share this video. You can do that now, or you can do it after, but I would love if you can do it now so then we can get more people on. Oh, I love this. Look, it's like a wave. Cool. So, okay. So the next part is adjusting the schedule so they can be up late, go to bed a little later. So I do get asked often as well that my child's wake up is not good for me, that they're waking up at maybe 7 or 6 o'clock, and they want them to wake up around 8. So if your child, anytime between 6 and 7 is a perfect timing for them to wake up, and the later that they wake up, the later that everything else gets pushed in their schedule, and we don't want that to happen. We want to have a consistent schedule. So if you want your little one to be waking up later and you want to eliminate night wakings, you need to have a balanced schedule for them, and not to only think of yourself and getting enough sleep. So you have to put yourself also first in how many hours you need sleep as well. We don't want to be selfish, quote unquote, on that part, because if we start to not focus on our own sleep, then we're trickling that effect on our little one. So why would our little one then feel that sleep is important if we don't take it seriously ourselves? You're kind of giving them, the go around on that, and you're not being honest with your toddler. So I'm talking about specifically toddlers on this aspect. So when you're putting yourself down to sleep, you have a routine for yourself. You have a specific time when you should be going to sleep, and making sure that your little one is going on that too. When they get older, you start to implement like family meetings, talk about different things on how their day was, on, more bonding pieces. So when it comes to sleep, you want them to feel secure, and you want them to feel happy, and you want them to feel rested, and you want them to feel that I can sleep on my own, but I know that mommy and daddy are there. You don't want them to think that sleep is something scary. And for some kids, that's what it feels like if they don't know how to properly sleep independently, that they feel that it's something scary and that they need a body, like mom or dad, to be there sitting there with them the entire time until they fall asleep. So you want to instill proper sleep hygiene in them. You want them to feel, yeah, I can do this and I can sleep on my own, feel safe, feel secure, and mommy and daddy can sleep too. And if you start playing around with their schedules, I'm not Mother Nature. I don't have a magic wand that if you tell me I want my little one waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning and going to sleep at 10 o'clock at night, and they're, 1 year old and your husband or you come home really late. So there's not much I can do, but what I can do and what you should be doing is matching their biological rhythms, their internal sleepy clock, with an age-appropriate schedule. So that is what I specialize in sleep hygiene and behavioral coaching. So I want to open this up right now to the thread to talk about if you guys have any questions about what I was talking about. And let me see, because I saw a couple of more before. And thank you guys for sharing. This really does mean a lot. So let's see. I remember I saw a couple. What do we have today? Are you guys ready for the snowstorm tomorrow? I can't believe it. It was like 60 something degrees today. Okay, let's see. Jane says, I'm against this. You can wake up early if the kids are up early and create a special time in the morning so they look forward to it. Yes, you can create a special time in the morning to look forward to it, but what I'm talking about is that you shouldn't be putting your little one to sleep really late past their natural sleep window. So that is what I'm mentioning. If you want to spend some more bonding time, then yeah, waking up in the morning, having a morning ritual, that is really important in doing that. So let's see. Angelica says, I actually try and put my son to sleep before my hubby gets home. Bad wife. Because if he's up when he gets home, he just wants to play. Yeah, so that's what happens, Angelica, because when they see the significant other, if it's the husband or if it's the mom, they want to play. It's like party time for them. So I'm not saying put them down on purpose when your significant other comes home really late. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying, they shouldn't have any bonding experience or anything like that. What I'm trying to get to is the fact that you need to have proper balanced sleep. Most kids, if you start messing around with their schedule, they will start having night wakings. And it does happen. Either if your child is very sensitive, it can happen right away, or it can happen over time where you'll start to see that kind of unfold. And we don't want that happening. Yeah, Diana, please message me so then we can chat a little bit more about your 3.5-month-old. Let's see who else has. Thanks, Beata. That's so sweet. So does anyone have any more questions? I know tonight was kind of like a quickie. So I want to know a little bit more if anyone has any more comments or questions. So let me know in the comments below. If not, kisses and hugs to you too, Beata. If not, let's see. Yeah, we hit our record, half an hour. So, okay. Luba asks, hold on, let me open this up. Okay. Can you give some suggestions for night wakings in a 1-year-old who is used to a feed to sleep routine, currently doing a cry it out 5-minute? Okay, Luba, I would love to answer this. Let's do this offline. I kind of want to stick to what the talk is about. So give me, PM me or contact me on the link that I have on the thread to my calendar, so then we can talk a little bit more in detail, because I need to know more about what's going on so I can properly advise you. So just use my calendar and then we could schedule something. Miriam says, would taking them to a family event late at night be a bad idea? No, it's not, if you follow an 80-20 rule. Now, what I mean by that is 80% of the time you follow a guideline, that you have a specific time that you put them down to sleep, that they wake up, so you have a structure. The structure will help you significantly, because then you could plan your day also, so you're not running around like a chicken without a head. But if you have family events, if you have birthday parties, that's normal. That's part of the process. It's part of life. I'm not saying for you to be, chained down to your home, and when it's, oh my God, it's nap time or it's bedtime, you gotta run home and put them down to sleep. Of course, you can balance it off, as long as when you do have them go out of their area out of their norm of their schedule, you balance it the next day. So you would have, for an example, the same schedule, you would have the same wake up, you would have the same nap, but you would do an earlier bedtime. The earlier bedtime will reflect on what time that they fell asleep the day before. So that kind of helps you in setting back with the lack of sleep that happened the night before into the next day. Now, if you have a toddler that's over a certain age, sometimes, and let's say you went out on a weekend, sometimes they'll sleep in to make a difference in that, and then, you know, you kind of go out of your schedule on that basis. So that does happen, but I would advise for you to stay on schedule as much as you can. So Angelica says, by the way, no iPad, no TV before bed. Yeah, you remember that from yesterday, right? Okay, Luva, I'll be waiting for your message. So I think that's it. Okay, so that's all for tonight that I have. Make sure that you guys are doing the It's All About Love task on asking your significant other out on a date, or having them ask you out on a date. So you have up until Sunday. I want to see pictures. If you want to send a video, you can do that too. Me and my hubby I asked him out, so we're going to be going out on a date this weekend, just the two of us. And yeah, that's going to be kind of interesting because I have a couple of in-home consultations this weekend, so we're going to go right after. And that's it that I have for you tonight. Make sure that if you are going to be doing the task with me, because I'm going to be sending pictures on the page, that you do hashtag It's All About Love. So we are doing this together. So I'm not the only one doing it. I want to focus on February, the month of love. So every Monday, I'm going to be doing another task. Last week, we did self-love. This week, we're doing loving your partner. So that's it. And I have here just a reminder that I'm doing an event on February 15th at Classic Kids Photography on Lexington and 81st. And it's from 9:30 till 12. And I would love it if you can show up and just say hi if you're available in the morning. And you will be able, if you RSVP, I set up an event, so you guys should see that on my page. I shared it to a couple of places today. So if you do see that, make sure that, and you are available, make sure that you RSVP, because the first 20 people that RSVP get awesome goodie bags. So we're really excited about that. And that is the starting off for the first event for 2017, and we have more to come. So I'm putting a couple of flyers together on the other events that we're going to be doing, and I have one more in February at Keels, and then one in March that I'm going to give you guys a heads up at Yummy Mummy. So that's also on Lexington, on Lexington. So that's it. I promise. Sweet dreams, everyone, and I will see you and talk to you on next week. Have a great weekend, guys, and stay warm and stay safe for tomorrow, and do eat lots of yummy food. Okay, sweet dreams, guys. Bye.